One of the things I talk about, one of my rules when we talk about stress and fighting to be positive, really fighting to be positive, is that, when all else fails, this is one of the things I talk about a lot. When all else fails, help yourself by helping others, which is exactly what you said in a different way.
Hmm.
The moment you start pulling yourself out of your issues and you actually, so humans, the biggest jolt we get as a human, the biggest like internal like adrenaline, cortisol, or the more positive one, whatever, those
Dopamine.
chemicals, the big dopamine, yeah, the biggest hit we get as humans, because we're a social species, we are the most profoundly social species on the planet. Um, the moment you help someone else, we get all this stuff in our body. You make someone else smile, all of a sudden you are floating on cloud nine. So when you can't do anything else, when everything is broken and you can't help yourself by helping others.
I love it.
And I have so many different stories of like, I just was on stage this last weekend and I told this story. I'll do it quickly. Like I was at one of my darkest moments in the middle of the pandemic, the ongoing pandemic. And I'd gone for a walk, and I can always tell how depressed or upset I am by what my eyes are doing. When
Mm.
I'm up and looking around, things are great in my life. Like, oh, look at those trees. It's so beautiful. And the closer my eyes go to my feet, the more depressed I am, the more
Aha.
upset I am. So that day, it felt like my eyes were looking behind me. Like I was more like, I can identify that as one of my darkest moments where, things were really, really horrible for so many different reasons. And nothing was making me better. Like I was in that spot for like a couple days, nothing. And so I went for a walk, which wasn't making me any better. I was looking at my feet, and all of a sudden there's this sound, like this person goes, excuse me. And I'm like, I can't see anything. Oh, and they're in this car right next to me. There's this old grandmother, like an old Asian woman, like, this, and she doesn't speak English. But shows me that her car isn't working. So I get in her car and I try to figure out, she's got her key stuck, and I have to wrench. It takes a while. I have to really wrench the wheel. I'm worried about breaking her car. And finally I get the key out
Uh-huh.
and I give her the key, and she's so grateful. And she says to me, I get out of the car and I'm walking. She gets out of the car and she goes like this, and she says, "Come in," and she makes me understand that she wants to make me lunch, to pay me back. And I go, "You don't have to make me lunch." Like I am saying, in broken English, whatever. Like, it's all good. It was my pleasure. And I turn and I walk, and what happened? Like I was in my darkest moment, and suddenly I'm looking around, and it's like I'm taking, like, like I'm walking on air, because all I did, I helped this I helped this woman with a minor thing, but that was big for her.
Hmm.
And that little bit of helping others wiped out my internal, um, like horrible energy that I was spewing on everyone around me for a couple days. Like, whoa, I'm so unhappy. Like, so I'm going to get you to write down and send me the one that you have, the one about service.
Okay.
When you're nervous, service, because that's another great way of saying what we're talking about here.